Hello, everybody. We are live for the first ever Aegis Shield of Earth. Real quick, of course, if you are new to the channel, just popping in, you can hit follow. We have, I believe, we're up to like 15 games now on this channel, with apparently more in the works as more people keep joining, so you can hit the follow button to see all that. You can find Welcome Party RPG on Twitter to catch all the announcements for going live and such. You can, of course, subscribe to the channel, give us bits. I believe there's a thing for giving bits and giving advantage. I do not know how I will do it in masks, but I will figure it out. Other than that, we do have a new merch store. Welcome to the Party has partied with So Nerdwear to put up a new improved merch store, so you can get all kinds of new merch with logos from some of the shows, including the new VTM show, A Crusade of Thorns. And if you use the code WELCOME, you can get 10% off. And I believe... Oh! I just remembered I can do this. I keep forgetting that I'm a mod, and I can do that.
Super chat powers, go!
Yeah. Alright. So we're going to get started here with Agent Hunter. Who are you playing, and what are your character's abilities?
I am playing Aaron Hunt, aka the Hunter. He is a Janus, and his abilities are supernatural hearing and essentially walking on walls. He's like chameleon. Other than that, yeah.
Alright. Agent Graves. Who are you and who are you playing tonight?
I will be playing Mallory Alice Graves, aka Malice. She's the Doomed playbook, and her abilities are telekinesis, memory manipulation, and superhuman strength and speed.
Okay, and Agent Wainwright.
My character's Roderick Wainwright. His call sign is Rex Alpha, and he's in the Brain playbook. Basically, he has an exosuit that's designed specifically for like search and rescue, firefighter, paramedic type stuff.
Okay, and Agent Johnson, who are you and who are you playing tonight?
Yes, I'm playing Cliff Johnson, a nomad. I have an anti-grav pack and a module. So I'm a guy from the 1940s who has skipped dimensions and is now here.
So, tabs. Where are all my tabs? There we go. Okay. So, back to Agent Hunter. Oh boy. Finding the things you need them when you need them. There it is. Okay. So, backstory. So, Agent Hunter, when did you first put the mask on, and why?
When I was 13, I put the mask on because there was a series of bad events happening in my hometown. Multiple people were going missing. Now, I had heard, due to my hearing, someone being dragged into a sewer. I went down to rescue said person from sewer, and nearly got killed, but made it out successfully. eventually.
Okay. And why do you keep a secret identity?
Because I am afraid of the people who ran the original organization I tried to take down coming back and trying to kill me and my family or friends. They're not exactly the nice type.
Okay, and who outside the team knows about your dual identity?
One of my teachers, my math teacher in high school, she accidentally found out by looking in my backpack, thinking I had other things, and found the mask that I wear, which is a pair of goggles on a black mask.
Okay. And who thinks the worst of your masked identity? Now, this doesn't have to be somebody who knows. It could just be somebody like, say, your mom hates superheroes in general. Who'd that be?
Actually, I have written down that my father actually he hates heroes because someone or nearly let him die in favor of attempting to actually take down the bad guy rather than save the people.
Okay. And why do you care about the team?
They are trustworthy. I feel like if I have to go around a corner, I'm not going to be stabbed in the back as I go around the corner with them at my back.
Okay, and for a little extra flavor for this game, why did you join A.E.G.I.S?
They could provide me with extra protection if I needed it. Plus, they are not the worst people you could, work for.
Okay. And on to Agent Graves. When did you first learn of your doom?
Probably when it tried to possess me the first time. So just heads up for the audience. I will try to keep this from getting too heavy, but when you're doomed, it's kind of rough. Basically, I used to live like in a really crappy rural town, and I'm trans, and my parents are the sort of crappy people you tend to find in rural towns. So they were like, all right, we're gonna ship your ass off to a religious retreat, and we're gonna get this whole problem sorted out. We're gonna give you this kid, and we're gonna get our son back. And the people at the camp, they were advertising this revolutionary new technique that was guaranteed to work. Basically, what it was is out in the woods somewhere, they had just unwittingly stumbled across this like a ley line or like a nexus of arcane and psychic energies, and were performing like exorcisms on them that they thought was like, oh, we're casting demons out of people. Actually, they were putting stuff into people. In my case, it was a particularly nasty, like evil entity that I don't really. I call it the adversary. They don't really have a good name for it. And when they summoned that thing in, it kind of went nuts and just burned the whole place down. But luckily for me, for some reason, I was able to like contain it. So my soul and the adversary's soul are kind of like linked to one another. I call it like a soul link. It's like a tunnel between the two of us, and I can like draw power from the adversary. But I'm pretty sure at some point, because that's a two-way road, like it's gonna come through the other side and it's gonna come get me.
Okay, where did you get your sanctuary?
So that's A.E.G.I.S's fault. When I signed on with them, part of the deal was that they were going to research the soul link between me and the adversary. They said because they wanted to try to like contain, the entity or maybe sever my connection to it. I don't necessarily believe that's the case, because so there's two people involved in that arcane laboratory. There's a Dr. Bester and a witch named Isadora. and they're both kind of researching it from different angles. One from a parapsychology angle, and one from like an arcane angle. And they sort of gave me this space to kind of like live in and figure out what my deal is.
Okay. You have a nemesis. Who's your nemesis, and why do you oppose them?
So my nemesis, as I mentioned, is this entity called the Adversary. And why I oppose it is pretty self-evident. Like, this thing's gonna come through and manifest, or it's trying to come through me to manifest itself on Earth, and if I'm lucky, that'll kill me. If I'm unlucky, who knows? So, yeah, I'm gonna fight against that thing with every breath I've got.
Okay. Who outside of the team is crucial to defeating your nemesis?
Generally, if I can find anyone who knows what the adversary is and the nature of it and like how I can hurt it, those people are the most useful to me. But more pressingly, certainly Dr. Bester, assuming I can trust him, he's helpful, and Izzy, or Isadora, she's like the closest thing I have to like a confidant of like people that are actively like looking through dusty old tomes trying to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Okay. I will send you something probably sometime during the week, but there's another group that may be able to help you as well, and I will send you some information on them. Cool. Why does the team matter to you?
Because they give me direction. They give me hope of salvation. They keep me kind of from the edge of the abyss. And, like, this is the first time I've ever had friends. I mean, Mallory's only 16 and did not come from a friendly area, so, like, she's never known friends before. This is kind of new, and she's still figuring out this whole opening up to people thing.
Okay. And, of course, why did you join A.E.G.I.S?
Protection. After the incident, A.E.G.I.S were the people that kind of came in and cleaned up after this, like, massive, parapsychological, like, maelstrom. So they sort of swept in and got their hands on me, and they were like, well, I can't go back home because those people suck, and I don't want to be homeless, so I guess I'm signing on with you, A.E.G.I.S.
Okay. Agent Wainwright, how did you first reveal your genius to your friends or family?
Well, basically, you know how kids are with when they're young, taking things apart to try to see how they work and then putting them back together. Well, when Roderick put stuff back together, it actually worked. It still worked. So, and that was like when he was 3 or 4. So that kind of gave a hint that he knew a thing or two, was going to be pretty good with building stuff.
Okay. Why did you decide to use your intellect for the benefit of others?
Well, this sort of ties into a later question, but in college, he was trapped in the debris of a building that had collapsed, and it took over a day for rescue personnel to get to him. So he started thinking about creating basically a powered suit to help first responders deal with dangerous situations more quickly.
Okay. What accident or misfire taught you some sense of humility or responsibility?
Well, that collapsed building was his fault. He broke into the workshop of one of his professors because he was trying to build a new type of high-density power cell. The professor had said, no, it's too dangerous, too unstable, but Roderick thought he knew better. While he was working on it, it ended up destabilizing. He managed to get out of the immediate area, but the explosion went off while he was still in there. And then this ties into his shame, which I suppose we'll get to in a couple minutes here.
Okay, and who helped you realize you need other people?
Well, at first, Roderick was fine, just like, okay, I have some powered braces I can use to walk, but personal trainer at the hospital basically managed to convince him that he could walk again without always having to use those braces, and helped him get through that so he can walk at least somewhat unassisted.
Why do you care about the team?
I figure best chance to prove my worth and repay the debt I feel for everything that happened there.
Okay, and why did you join Aegis?
It seemed to be the best way to get funding for making the suit that I'm using now. So.
Okay.
And then are we going to go over the shame, which is a specific thing for the brain now, or are we going to come back to that?
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
So, Agent Johnson, I'm looking at the wrong playbook. Okay, there we go. Who took you from the Earth when you were younger?
Right. So I wasn't taken from the Earth so much as I was testing out a suit. It was essentially like a experimental plane craft type of thing. Those were like in the 40s. It was like a suicide mission. It was the only job he could get before he tried to join the army. He thought it would give him flight experience. So everyone thought he died in an explosion trying to come back, but in actuality, the suit had lightly bright up, bright lights, and he hopped through another dimension, into another world, and so that's how he got to another dimension. Has been pretty much there for most of the time until he came back.
Okay. What farscapes did you explore?
When he hopped into that other world, they were having their own kind of a war. So, coming from an era that was already in war, he found it that he should join what seemed to be the side that was being oppressed by essentially they're fighting space Nazis. So he went and fought the war to fight these oppressors, and so he's pretty much been in war all his time before he was forced back into this Earth.
Okay. While you were gone, who was your favorite traveling companion?
That'd be his friend Anantak. He took him in and taught him how to use the flight suit, and taught him how to shoot. And they became quick friends. War buddies essentially. And yeah.
What brought you back to stay for now?
What brought me back is I was in a dogfight with one of the opposing forces against them. I tried to do a flight maneuver back, like teleporting backwards through dimension and time through them, just to get a leg up. And instead, what ended up happening was instead of doing like the usual dimension hopping that the suit was capable of, it forced me back into Earth, into this future present time.
Okay. Why do you care about the team?
I care about the team because I'm from the 40s and I don't know any of the lingo or customs they're a lot different from what I'm used to, and they seem to not mind, tell me what something means when I don't understand it, or tell me how I should phrase things, or explaining things to me when things are just incomprehensible to me.
Okay. And why did you join Aegis?
I joined Aegis because I was looking to go into something into like the army when I was younger. This seemed like a position that would be similar, would help me protect the city that I know, the Earth that I love, even though it's not the same time period.
Okay. And back to Agent Hunter. pull up the right playbook again. And I went past it. There it is. Okay, you have some moves that are specific to your playbook. Which moves did you take?
I took. If you give me a second to actually get to my thingy again. Where is it? There it is. I took Dangerous Web, the Mask, which I am required to take, and Game Face. Dangerous Web is very nice because it's when I reveal a trap, and he's very much he doesn't fight people head on. He very much prefers to ambush and make use of stealth and such. Due to his particular abilities as well, this makes him very good at doing so. So whenever I set a trap for someone, I roll plus my mask's label, and on a hit, my opponent is trapped by it. And then I take a +1 to an opening or opportunity against them, ongoing. If I fail, then it actually ends up worse for us. So,
Okay, and for your mask, what label do you try to embody when wearing the mask?
Savior.
Okay.
I try to be as much of a savior as possible. I don't. Yeah, I'm not very good at using my powers, but I still try to save people, help people.
Okay, Agent Graves. I am now remembering what the Doom doesn't have moves.
I don't have any moves.
Instead, you have your Doom.
I do.
How's it killing you?
I don't know. Metaphysically, I guess. There's a malevolent, psychic energy on the other side of a soul link that. Sometimes when I think of it like an aperture, like I can open it and let more power through, but every time I do, some part of me goes the other direction, and I don't get that back.
Okay. And what brings your Doom closer? You get to choose two, so...
Yes, so I chose facing danger alone and talking about it openly, because I don't like thinking about it, I don't like dealing with it, and when I am by myself, I am at my most, susceptible to making poor, rash decisions.
Talking about it makes it real. Being alone makes it real. Type. Okay,
Yeah,
I like it. You get
like
one.
people around.
You get to choose one Doom sign you already have.
Yes, I chose Infinite Powers, which I can mark my Doom track to use an ability from any playbook one time. So if I suddenly need to shoot fire out of my hands or whatever, it's like, oh, mark a Doom track, here we go. This is worth it.
Alright. And Agent Wainwright. Brayton gets 3 moves. What did you choose?
The first one is always prepared. When I have a chance to restock my supplies, I can hold up to 2 gadgets. When I unleash my powers by producing a new gadget, minor invention, something like that, I can spend 1 gadget and roll plus superior instead of plus freak. When I reach 0 gadgets, mark a condition. And basically, anytime we sort of go back to base or somewhere I can restock, I go back up to 2. So, then second move is logical angle. When I comfort or support someone by rationally pointing out their mistakes so they can do better next time, roll plus superior instead of plus mundane. If they don't open up to me, mark a condition. And then the third one is scientific insight. I've achieved mastery over a field of science or technology, and I just put energy systems. When I assess the situation and my field of study is directly relevant, I can get a single follow-up question.
Okay, and what was your field of study again?
Energy systems, like batteries, electrical, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay. And Agent Johnson, you got 2 moves for the Nomad. What did you choose?
Yes, I chose Littlest Space Bandit, which is when I directly engage a threat, someone that underestimates me, I roll superior instead of danger. And I chose Sharpened Eyes, so when I assess a situation, even if I miss, I can always ask one of the 3 questions, that like the best way out or way past. If there's anything that it'd be handy for me to grab, or if there's anyone who's susceptible to my words.
Okay. So I keep forgetting names. Agent Hunter. The Janus, each playbook has relationships, and the Janus playbook assumes that at least a couple people on your team know your identity.
Yeah.
So for your relationships, first one is blank knew you from your civilian life first. I usually ask that people choose somebody from the team, so that you're all a little more interconnected.
I was actually going to say that Wainwright, the brain, would know me from my past life, as maybe I went to him for help with a gadget or something of the like.
Okay. And you refused to tell blank your secret identity when they asked.
That is definitely going to have to be Malice. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of people who are more powerful than me, and you're obviously extremely more powerful.
Frighteningly so, yeah.
Yeah, it's
probably best I don't know. You know what? I don't know your stupid secret identity anyway. Fine, I don't care. Whatever. We've all got secrets, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, and your influences, you look up to your teammates. They seem to have the superhero thing figured out. Give 2 of them influence over you.
Again, I'm gonna have to call out Wainwright. He's definitely smarter than me. He is. I look up to him for his intellect and intelligence. And then Johnson, I like history. I look up to you because you lived through that history. And I'm just like, that's pretty cool, dude. So.
Okay, Agent Graves, you get the interesting ones.
Huh.
You did me the favor of picking one of my favorite playbooks, so you told Blink all about your doom and the danger you're in.
Man, who would, of these 3 jokers, who would Malice warm up to? So I kind of feel like, because Rex has got he's got his own kind of like weird shame thing, where it's like, you know, he created this this enemy of his own. I've also got this kind of a similar thing going on with the adversary. I figure I probably would have been like, in a moment of weakness, just been like, you know, I get it, you know, I know what it's like to have just awful thing hanging over your head that you feel super responsible for. So I probably told him all about my doom.
Okay. You'd love to kiss blank before your doom comes.
Oh wow! So like, they leave that kind of ambiguous as to the intent there. I feel like I would probably like to kiss Cliff, because he's from the 1940s, and I feel like it would mess with him. I feel like he's maybe even heard of a gay person. He definitely has never heard of a trans person. So like, getting kissed by someone who is both, like, I think Malice would just get an absolute kick out of doing that to him. Screw with him.
Okay. And for your influence, these people matter for what you need to do. Give influence to 2 of your teammates.
Sure. Yeah, by that same token, I feel like she definitely cares about what the Hunter and Rex think of her. So I would give influence to both of them.
Okay.
She doesn't care what this weird time traveler thinks. Like, whatever. You're a dinosaur. Who cares? Join the 21st century, Pops.
Okay.
I'm gonna need a new sheet of paper. Already filled that one up.
Agent Wainwright, your relationships. You told Blank about your shame and asked him for their confidence.
Well, based on what we said there, I'd say probably would have talked to Agent Graves, Malice, about that. So, sort of, she told me all about her issues, so I returned the favor, show of trust.
Okay. You wish you could be a better hero, more like Blank.
I'd say more like Agent Johnson. Just sort of hearing his stories and kind of stuff that he's dealt with.
Okay. And your influence is you need these people as much as they need you. Give influence to 2 of your teammates.
I'd say Malice and Cliff.
Okay. Oh, jeez. And Agent Johnson, relationships. Blank knows plenty that I don't know about this world, its people, and how to deal with him. I should follow their lead while I'm here.
Let's see. I'd assume he would probably do that to Agent Graves, since she seems to be very interested in him for some reason. So he was like, he's like, okay. I mean, she seems to talk to me.
Her best interest at heart.
She talks to me a lot, so hey, maybe she can tell me how to deal with it.
Cool, okay. No pressure.
Blank is, well, boring, but that's okay. I'm going to make them more interesting.
Yes, I think I'd go with Wainwright. He's just a scientist, just one of the guys who is the reason why I'm probably been dimension hopping in the first place. Get a lab.
Okay, and your influence. You're here, but not. It's going to take some time before you really commit. Give no one influence over you.
No one has influence over me.
You're the wind, baby. You're a wild rebel.
Okay, and each playbook has... Since nobody took the bowl, each one of your playbooks has a special little thing. So... Agent Hunter, your secret identity, your mundane life comes with a series of obligations. Total 3. Which obligations did you choose?
I chose very important to me that I keep up my grades because of my second obligation, which is I am on the football. In order to stay on the football team, I have to keep my grades up. And then lastly, at home, I'm required to pay a portion of the bills, which I wasn't sure if I was allowed, but I went ahead and took a 4th one for a job. He is a fast food worker at insert common fast food place. So
I was trying to think of one earlier, and I couldn't think of one. I will come up with something for the world, and I will message it to you or tell you when I come up with it. And the big bonus for the Doomed is, of course, your Sanctuary.
Yep.
What upsides, what features did you choose for your...
I chose, it is not on this tab, it's on a different tab. Here we go. So the 3 features I chose were a library of valuable tomes, useful tools, and art, music, and food. Because I figure that is kind of like, yeah, that covers all of the cool research materials that one of them is found, and then all of the, like, parapsychological. Like, I imagine it's a lot of tools like you would see, like, in Ingon's, from the Ghostbusters, like, lab. Just a bunch of weird super science crap. And then art, music, and food is just, like, I've got a kitchenette and a kick-ass stereo. I like to cook. But the downsides I took are that its location is known to many, and that it's easily damaged or tampered with. And that's because it's, like, in the middle of the training facility at A.E.G.I.S. So, like, everyone who works and lives there, they know about it. And, like, if they can get through the door, like, there's nothing to stop them. So, from just messing with it, so.
Okay, I was just reading the last thing. We don't need that. If anybody's wondering what's taking so long, I have to keep jumping between playbooks. I don't have a fancy PDF opener that lets me have more than one open. The brain. Wainwright. What is your shame?
Well, after that explosion, while I was still in the hospital, we found out the professor that I had broken into the lab of was blamed for the explosion and fired. And then she kind of snapped and stole a bunch of advanced technology from the university and surrounding companies, and basically became a supervillain and high-tech arms dealer named the Fabricator. So she's out there sort of making and selling really dangerous stuff, pretty much because I screwed up.
Well,
Okay.
one college professor.
And the Nomad. Nothing too special here. Basically, the Nomad, you're putting down roots, but you haven't yet. There's a bunch of rules that come with that. Adults don't have influence to you, and other such. It's a whole mechanics thing that I think we'll get into as the game goes on. There's not a whole lot of choices you make there.
Right.
Yeah, the big thing is that adults, like, their influence doesn't exist over you, so that gives you a lot of, like, emotional freedom. It's weird.
Like, well, I'm a war vet.
Yeah. What do you care what other superheroes think? Whatever, man. Seen some stuff.
Alright, and now my favorite part. You guys first met, when you guys finally got to go on your first sort of mission, sort of your first supervised mission. You weren't officially activated, but they had to give you a test. So when your team first came together, and this goes to Agent Hunter, you saved the life of someone important, either to the city or to us. Who was it, and why are they important?
We saved the... I forgot what they're called, but the secretary, essentially, to the governor. The guy that works right underneath the governor.
The lieutenant governor?
Thank you. Yeah, something like that. I'll go with lieutenant governor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have in Texas, at least. I don't know.
I think that's most states. But, yeah, lieutenant governor.
Yeah, that's a pretty common term, so.
And why they're important, they're the lieutenant governor.
Right,
just a wee bit.
We got, like, a name for him? Like,
I wrote something down. I don't remember which, but it might be something specific for him to decide. So I don't know.
No, if you got something, go for it. Otherwise, I can put something up.
Bob Johnson.
Well,
Okay. No, I do not have it in this notebook.
okay.
It's just
Robert Johnson. It sounds like such a typical politician name. It does. You know what? We're gonna use it. We're gonna use
Oh,
Robert
God, I'm
Johnson.
so sorry.
It's
This is my shame. I've done this.
Wait,
yeah.
how
That's
about
the-
like we could
that's
just call him Chad
fine.
Chaddington, so we don't have the same last names.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true, because Cliff's last name is Johnson. I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chad Chaddington.
Chad
Chaddington.
Channington works. We'll go with it. Agent Graves, you paid a high cost for victory. What was it?
We lose. I know. So we're 4 now. I think there used to be 5 of us. I think on that that initial outing, there was another member of the team, like a more established hero's like sidekick or something that was like ready to spin off on their own. Like Paladin has a sidekick named Squire, and Squire was like assigned to our team or like hooked up with us or something, and like we were either like too reckless or too frightening. Like we did something to just scare this person all the way off. And they're like, nope, sorry, forget it. I'm not working with those people. I want to do real hero work. So yeah, I think what we lost was our 5th member.
Okay. And Agent Wainwright, I created something lasting and beneficial for the whole team. What did you create?
I need to think of something that sort of fits in with this scenario. Was it like a single supervillain and minions that we saved him from, or any thoughts on? And anyone have any thoughts on that?
You would have saved. It probably would have been a minor mission involving the Temple of the Prossified Order.
Okay. So, just a quick question: would they have had anyone with powers involved, or would it have just been regular people with?
It would have been
Equipment.
mostly regular people.
Okay. All right, I need to think about it for a minute. Could you come back to me? Or do we need to answer this one first?
We can come back to you.
Okay.
So Agent Johnson, when you got there, you had to deal with a danger that you'd met while traveling the Farscapes. What was it, and how did you send it away?
Right, was it the whole team or? Right.
Yeah.
So it's think of like a battleship that was from the oppressing army, kind of like a space battleship. I guess when we were a team, I guess it kind of started to come through a portal. Think like in the Avengers. Like those giant things that were coming through the portals, only this was a battleship, and essentially we were able to stall it long enough for the portal to close before it was able to get through, and nothing happened. So, luckily, who knows, maybe some people escaped, but essentially the whole ship wasn't able to get through.
Okay.
Okay, so I suppose that could tie in, like I figured out like a repulsor burst that slowed it, like a device that could slow it down or push it back a little bit to buy us more time for the portal to close.
Okay.
But it's difficult to use, so it's big and bulky, so we wouldn't be able to use it all that often.
Yeah, it's more like an installation than like a portable weapon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something you have to like set up for like, well, there's a big portal opening up.
Okay. I'll finally get to start. So, we get to see the cover of the first issue, A.E.G.I.S, Shield of Earth. And on the cover, it's the front of a building. Your team would know it as the training facility, but to the rest of the world, it's the A.E.G.I.S Preparatory Academy. Because they're not going to just advertise, they're a spy organization. They're not going to advertise, hey, this is where we train our people. And we get the cover's a nice shot of that, and the front entrance, and there is a 6 foot, 7 foot gargoyle statue on over on the awning above the entrance as you go in. Other than that, it looks like a pretty normal school building from the outside. They're really good at making things look normal. They would offer, because most of you would live and be a part of the facility at all times. We do have a Janice who has a double life, but you would have classes as well in there for the younger members who would still be in school. Such, they might be teaching a little more Aegis related material, but you'd still have that kind of thing. And as for our Janice Agent Hunter, you would have been called in this morning, and the rest of you would have been asked to meet in one of the training, physical training areas rather than go to your classes. Basically, you were summoned to do that. So it's so the panel is, it's just you guys in, and it's it doesn't look like a standard ordinary school gym, but it's into sections. So there's your standard stuff like weights and a track or some treadmills you can run on, and an obstacle course because you're training to be heroes of some sort. What would everybody be doing in this situation?
So we've just been called into this gymnasium or whatever?
Yep.
You said we haven't met each other yet, right? At this point?
No, you guys have met each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we fought before,
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We've had a whole
Brain fart.
thing.
Yeah, brain fart.
Do you know who called us in?
So I would have been in the workshop, sort of working on my suit, but I'd probably just have my casual clothes and my leg braces on, not full, like I said, not the full suit since I had been working on it. But come in, still have my. Oh, sorry, never mind.
You said this is a preparatory school, so I assume we have uniforms then?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I probably come in looking a little bit disheveled. I just clearly have not been taking care of what they've issued to me, and I feel like I'm probably the last one in, smelling very faintly of smoke, just kind of strolling in, whatever, another meeting. All right, what are we doing this time? They're gonna let us do anything cool. I'm probably flicking through stuff on my phone, just kind of not really paying a lot of mind as I walk in.
Mm-hmm. I think you'd see Agent Johnson. He's just in the room. He'd be just scoping out the place, always looking for an exit, always looking for a strategy just in case.
Hunter will be upside down, sitting on the ceiling, just waiting. He got there early as soon as he got the call, but he's just sitting and watching people. Maybe tries to look at Malice's phone a little bit. He's bored out of his mind.
Okay. Please don't have to wait long. Once you're all there, you hear the telltale click of a door echoing as it opens and closes, and you hear the voices of an entire, like, there's a group. It's like 5 or 6 people. You don't see them right away, but you do hear among the voices just a tap, 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 and the group rounds the corner, and it's there's the head of operations there, and the director's among them, Director Ellsworth, and she is talking to her advisors, and you're the person who trains you directly is also among them, and they like scurry up ahead of you, and she everybody, I don't know terms all of a sudden, at attention, there we go. At attention, everyone.
Glance up from my phone.
Just falls from the ceiling.
It immediately lines up in army salute.
Sort of in between, I put the tablet that I'd been sort of working on schematics and stuff on in a side pocket and stand up, head over there.
I think I glance over at Cliff. It's like, relax, G.I. Joe.
And just keep waiting till I'm told till I'm dismissed from the position.
Just like roll my eyes and go back to my phone. Flick, flick.
The whole group, they kind of walk up. They're still kind of chatting in low voices. The director, she's holding like a walking stick, like the tap tap for blind people. She's got she's not wearing sunglasses, but she's not looking obviously at anybody, and she's not, I guess what I want to say is she's not paying attention to you guys particularly, and one of her advisors will noticing that Cliff is standing at attention, will tell him to be at ease. And
Ain't gonna work. I've been telling him that for months. I try to keep it cool, but inside I'm like, yeah, I'm so good at jokes.
And then, like, hearing you speak, the Director Ellsworth looks at your trainer. You're absolutely sure this is your best team?
Big vote of confidence. Holy crap.
Yeah. And your trainer, of course, they have the highest test scores of anybody. Fine, they'll do. Bring them to the conference room. You have 20 minutes. And, of course, her entourage and stuff leave. You've been told you have 20 minutes, and your trainer's going to take you to the conference room. It'll be empty when you get there. Sort of a power move by the adults. And when you get up there, she doesn't tell you exactly what's going on, other than that you're being activated, and now your team's call sign is now Excalibur.
Hell yeah, now we're talking. At that point, like, I put the phone away, shove it into my skirt pocket, oh, okay, hang on.
So wait, if we were going to be meeting up here, why were we ordered to the training room instead?
Bureaucracy likes doing things for its own sake. You'll learn that soon enough.
basically.
It's just inefficient.
Yeah, well, it makes them feel important, so I don't know. That's how adults are, man.
Uh, the vice president of operations walks in. Eventually, a couple other agents walk in. They don't look as quite as important. The director does not come with him, but he's the vice president. He's carrying the folder. He sets it down and he starts looking through it. Grabs like one of them little clickers and turns on something behind him. Okay, real quick, your briefing. We're spread a little thin after the subway incident. Fortunately, Penny Dreadful was apprehended, but we're spread a little thin. We have the Church of Universal Light, the Templars of the Prostified Order, and Malficius's group of people. They're all wreaking havoc, fighting each other, whatnot. And the subway did not help. And with Paragon on another mission, we're activating you. You will not be supervised on this mission like you were your last one. Your job will be to transport this man, and he hits the clicker and it shows a picture. Jim Davies, y'all might know him from the papers as Flamespark, from the detention center to his permanent holding location. You will have Agent Dickerson here will be your driver. There will be 2 other vehicles accompanying you. One will be in front of you, the other behind you. Your job is to make sure that the Templars do not require their asset.
So, are we expecting an ambush or something? Because, I mean, a full team plus 2 other vehicles seems a bit overkill.
Well, best we prepare for the worst here. And you should definitely expect to be ambushed. If it doesn't happen, fine. But if you're not ready for it, and it does happen...
I think we're ready for being babysitters. It's fine.
Yeah, and I suppose you said he has fire powers?
Yes.
So I suppose that makes sense to have me along then, just to try to deal with that if he starts anything.
As far as we know, he cannot start fires. He can control them. Of course, he will have a power cuff on to eliminate his powers, so you cannot use them. Make sure that stays active at all times, and you should be fine.
Do we know where he was last seen?
Oh, in our jail in our cells over here.
Yeah,
We're transporting him.
Yeah, you're transporting him from a detention center, not at this location, but a detention center to basically, what they're not telling you is it's basically a black site. They're hiding him away.
Like, who would want to break him out? Would anybody? Anything we need to worry about? Or just something really simple?
The Templars of the Prostified Order have used him several times. He's a known agent of theirs, and it is likely that they would like to bust him out, if at all, so he can't spill their secrets. We still have yet to know who their leader is, but they have been causing more and more trouble.
So is he one of these Templars then?
We were unable to confirm that.
Oh, okay. But fire powers we're certain on.
Yes.
So I shouldn't bring my lighter then. That's a no.
Definitely not.
Okay. Just kidding, I don't have a lighter. Here.
Just Hunter kind of takes his lighter out of his pocket and puts it on the.
Like, doesn't everyone have a ladder? I mean,
What? No, Pops. Everybody vapes these days. Get with the times.
what? Oh, that weird thing, that
You know, like,
fireless smoke. Yeah.
yeah, e-cigarettes, you know, sub-omen, you know, like ripping fat clouds with your rig. God, this guy. Anybody? Somebody want to get him a Wikipedia? Jeez.
Any more questions?
When do we leave?
Do you have a... Does anybody
No.
else have a question?
Will we have any sort of oversight? Any drones watch? Any assigned drones watching watching from overhead or anything? Or are we
No.
just on our own on that?
About
you
how
will
far
not.
are we traveling?
And you will be traveling approximately 10 miles.
No, it's not too far.
Okay.
Don't forget, I'm along, and I can hear things pretty well. If I'll most likely know if we're getting under attack before they get too
And
close.
I can provide aerial eyes.
Okay.
Okay? Then, the mission begins now. You are dismissed. Agent Dickerson will take you to your vehicle, and you will go to your... you will go to the first rendezvous point. Good luck.
Okay, I'll head down to my lab and workshop and suit up, and then head over to the garage.
I very quickly dash back. I start to leave to go. It's like, lead the way, Dick. And it's like, wait, hang on, I gotta be right back. And like, I shoot back to like my sanctuary / quarters, and it's just like a panel of like, I grab this giant like floppy witch's hat. I grab a broom. And I'm running back to meet everyone outside.
Yeah, I'm strapping on my flight gear, and it's pretty cool because my anti-grav belt looks like 2 rockets in a backpack. So I'm strapping that onto my back.
So how many of us can fly, actually? Is it 2 of us?
Just
Yeah, I think 2 of you.
I can
Okay.
fly.
I can sort of fly.
I can get anywhere if it has a surface. I can't fly though.
Okay, so we'll have to figure out some other means of transport then, potentially.
Yeah. I'll be the aerial support.
Okay.
And I go and grab my bow staff, and so I strap that into its little pocket in my bag. Like that.
Okay. When you get to the garage, there is 2 SUVs and a large like armored vehicle. It's painted with like bank logo or armored vehicle company of some kind. It's meant to be supposed to be still a prison transport, not stand out as, you know, this is what you're looking for type deal.
There's like Safe Money Co. along the side of it.
Yes. And Agent Dickerson will open the back door for you. After you.
Thanks, I'm good. And I kind of walk out the garage door and hop on my broom and just kind of start like, floating up a bit.
Wasn't the point for us to keep a low profile?
Come on, like, I never get to use this thing. Oh, you guys suck. And I like, you know, telekinetically levitate myself back down. I'm keeping the broom though. Kind of grumpily march into the back of the truck.
Yeah, I figure with the suit on, I'm probably the biggest of the 3 of us who are probably going to be inside the vehicle, so I'll wait until last.
I'll climb on top of the van, like squish myself down over the van.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow the van out. I'm not even gonna get inside because I'm gonna be flying above it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, sure, that guy gets to fly. I gotta. Whatever. This is bullshit.
Oh, he won't be like right above. Like, won't be quite a bit higher, right?
I'll scout ahead first.
Yeah.
so your little convoy takes off. The detention center is only like 3 blocks. It's not a very far drive from where you are. So you get there with little hassle. And you're just kind of waiting. And then, the door opens. There's several guards. And Mr. Davies, they kind of, prod him inside and shut the door. And he looks around at the 3 of you that are inside and he goes, okay, so then I see got Robo-Man, got our masked wrestler, and who are you, the Wicked Witch?
Of the West, that's the one. Nailed it.
Alright, well, I'm sure this will be fun. And
Nope.
your convoy starts pulling out, and you are on your journey. You get a couple blocks away, and you turn down, and the traffic is jammed up on that street. It's like as soon as you turn onto it, it's jammed up, and you're just kind of stalled in traffic.
I'm gonna scout ahead, see what's causing the jam.
Okay. There seems to be some kind of construction ahead. If you want to know more, you can assess the situation.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so for that, you're gonna get to do our first roll, and you're gonna want to click your superior on your character sheet.
All right. No. Let's see. No bonuses, no penalties, right? So.
7, you hit. You get to ask one of the following questions.
And I think I'm also allowed to ask from Sharp one additional question for Sharpened Dice.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me of your moves. So you get to ask, what here can I use to blank? What here's the biggest threat? What here's the greatest danger? It seemed like the same thing. Why are they...
What here is
What's
in the
in?
player.
Oh, in the greatest danger. Okay.
Yeah.
I promise I will go get glasses one of these days. Who here is most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quickly?
Let's go with best end this quickly, and what's my best way out? Or best way past?
Okay. To best end this quickly and get out of here, there, if you had a way, it looks like they're doing like just some work on the sewers. So if you could clear them away quicker, either get their truck out of the way or help them finish what they're doing, you could end it quickly. Otherwise, there is like a parking garage that you could, to get the convoy out, you could go in and then come out in another...
Basically detour through a parking garage to kind of diverse.
And you do have
Right,
comms, which might be weird to Johnson, but you do have comms.
Alright, so I guess I'll say on the comms, we can either go through the parking garage, or we wait for the construction to clear up. How do you guys want to pursue?
we're waiting on construction, we're going to be here for the next 3 months.
Agent Dickerson, were there any was there any indication that this was planned road work, or is this just something that popped up? Any word on that?
He goes, give me one moment. This is Excalibur to Olympus. Excalibur to Olympus. We got construction. Was this planned? And then you hear like a muffled, like somewhat staticky voice. We have no construction on the books. Okay, we got a problem. This wasn't planned. Advise on alternate route. And then you just get static back.
This doesn't sound good. I'm no expert, but this seems like someone's trying to divert us or delay us in some way.
I'm gonna crawl out the window on the truck.
Okay.
And see if I can see anyone approaching.
I just kind of idly point my broom over at Davies. It's like, don't get any ideas.
You have heightened senses, right?
Yeah, I have super hearing, super vision.
So if you want, you can extend your senses by rolling your freak to unleash your powers.
Okay. I will do that. I'm not very good at it, but I think that should have rolled, right? Okay.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, an 8. So that is a hit. But on a 7 to 8, you can either mark in condition, or let me tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. Basically, I get to tell you, you get a success, so you get what you wanted, but I get to tell you what goes wrong.
I will go ahead and tell me what goes wrong.
Okay.
I will take it. I'll take what I can get.
Alright, so it's a little hard. There's lots of traffic right here, so there's a lot of noise, a lot of cars. You're extending out your senses, you're trying to listen, trying to see. And as you do, you kind of hear the scuffling of boots. And you hear like a locking mechanism noise. And you look up just in time to see a soldier from the Templar of the Prossified Court of whatever. Since I suddenly spaced on what they're called. And he's got a rocket launcher. And he's... So what's wrong? What you know he's there. You see him. But you've got about 5 seconds before he fires his rocket launcher.
I'm gonna throw my staff at him. Just like a spear, throw it straight up at him.
Okay. That is directly engaging a threat. So you're gonna want to roll your danger.
Okay. Oh, damn it.
That is a miss. So, you throw your staff.
We might be able to have someone help, right? Because we have
yes.
to start a session with one team, right?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
team points. You start with team points. So, you can use a team point to get a bonus. You can use it selfishly. Or... team mechanics.
I almost do want to use it selfishly because a rocket launcher to the face isn't going to help anyone.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's other people in the car. One of them can assist you, right?
I'm on the top of the van.
Yeah, if you...
But, 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 but,
It,
Oh,
it,
you're outside.
Yeah. So if there's something Cliff could do to help, that we could spend that team to.
If Cliff
up that
has,
success.
also if Cliff has influence over you, he can attempt to shift your labels, which could help you as well.
He does actually.
So to shift labels, you would basically you'd have to say convince them that they're more dangerous, because your labels are. They're not your actual physical abilities. They're how you view yourself. So your
Right.
danger's how dangerous you view yourself.
If I just can I use a team point by saying that I would I've been able to see the rocket launcher?
Yes. You
Right,
flying
so-
around, you would have seen it.
Right, so I would have seen it, and if I could say on my comms, was it bogey on your 6 or something like that, just to give them a heads up to
Rocket launcher 3:00.
Okay.
right.
So you'll get 7 then, which is enough to pick one. So you can resist or avoid the blow. You can take something from them. You can create an opportunity for your allies. You can impress or surprise or frighten the opposition. So, in this case, if you wanted to resist or avoid the blows, you'd say the rocket launcher fires and you do something to it. You could knock it out of his hand.
I was actually going to say if when I throw the staff, it goes up and it just knocks it out of his hand, so that it's not, firing at us.
Okay. Yeah, so you manage to hit it. It knocks it out of his hands and falls to the ground. You've at least bought yourself a few minutes. Okay.
I think as soon as Cliff says like rocket launcher over the radio, I just kind of have like a finger in my ear that rocket what now?
Just attack it.
They're here. The Templar are. That's what I'm saying over comms.
Okay.
Get out of there. It's on your right.
Yeah, I pop the back door of the transport open and get out and see if I can spot anything else around. Were they shooting from the parking garage or?
They're on the roofs around you. So the first one you seen was on the roof to your left of your position. But you can now, knowing that they're there, you can now see others lining up on 3 other roofs.
Okay, I go ahead and send out a mini drone that I'd been working on to just sort of do a quick scan of the parking garage, see if there are any just sort of in the ground level, any people in the ground level there.
Okay.
So that was,
so roll plus superior to assess the situation.
oh, I was using my always prepared for that.
What
Doesn't
does
make
that
a difference. It's superior anyways, and it's just I use. Wait, no, that would have been an unleash powers, not an assess the situation if I used that. But since you said assess the situation, do you want me to re-roll? They're both superior, so it wouldn't really make a difference. So the roll would have the same result.
Okay, so you're always prepared has a roll that comes with it?
Basically, I can use it for use superior instead of freak for an unleash my powers, but
okay. Yeah, we'll use that roll. So as far as you can tell, your drone is not picking up any life signs in that parking garage.
Oh, and don't forget to mark potential because you.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no. We bumped yours up to a 7, so you don't get potential.
Okay. Dickerson, can you divert into the parking garage? I'm not seeing anyone in there at the moment. Just block some of their lines of sight.
All right, got it. And he gets on his comms. He's like, "We're going through the parking garage. Go now, go now." And the lead SUV, not really caring about what's like, literally pushes a vehicle. It just starts turning and pushing a vehicle so that they can go right into, and of course you can follow. And you are now headed into the parking garage.
Did I hear anything from the parking garage when I used my super sense?
No.
Okay. Because if I had heard something, I would have picked up on that. I'll just. Can I attempt to climb up the building next to the parking garage, so I can get above the parking garage?
Yeah.
Like I'm jumping off the van, getting on the building, and trying to climb up the top to get over the parking garage.
So you want to go up to the top of the parking garage, basically, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but the building next to it. So I'm looking over the parking garage. I'm not actually on.
Okay. You have improved mobility, right?
Impossible mobility.
Impossible mobility. Okay. Overcome an obstacle. I would say climbing ability. A building is overcoming an obstacle. So unleash your powers. So roll freak to see if you can do this.
Okay. Here we go. Nope.
Ooh, so mark your potential. The building's harder to climb than you thought. There's not like any handholds or anything. You get like halfway up the building and then you kind of have to push off, and you have like to try to save yourself. You have to like push off the building, and you land on like the second floor of the, like as you're falling you push off and you land on the second floor of the parking garage.
Okay.
Is there a way I can fly around the parking garage, see if I could see anything that's set up seem suspicious?
I mean, we got guys with rocket launchers out there, don't we? Like, we've seen that.
Yeah, there's still the rocket launchers, guys, but we're see if there's anything specifically in the garage or around the garage. Would that be assess the situation, or
you fly around? Yeah, you would assess the situation if you want to check out the other side of the garage, basically where they'd be coming out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, assess the situation there.
Okay. There we go.
Ooh, full hit. So you get to ask 3, correct? Because you have an ability. Sharp eyes. Yeah. So ask 3.
So I guess what's the biggest threat? What's the best way out? And what were some of the other questions I can ask?
What here can I use to blank? So if you want, I can answer the first 2. The biggest threat is there's a trap. There appears to be on the other side of the entrance a spike strip meant to disable your vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask what's the biggest threat? And did you ask us?
What's the best way out?
Oh, the best way out. Is I mean, it's a parking garage. There's really only you. So the spike strips, however, is only on the exit side. It's not like there's an enter and an exit, so they could just go out the inter side.
All right. So I guess the other one is, what can I use to disable the spike strip?
There is like on the inter side. There's like one of the to stop you, you could just break that off and lay it over the spike strip.
All right, I'll try to do that then.
Okay.
And I'm telling everyone I'm on the comms. There's a spike strip that I'm try to disable it.
Okay. I guess it'd be unleash your powers.
Yeah, I guess
You're
flying.
reshaping your environment in a little bit. You're getting rid of the.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, how are you doing it then? Like, is it
Yeah,
like you're
I guess-
shooting off it with your blasters and it's like falling over on top of it, or?
I mean, is this like one of a loose spike strip kind of thing, or like the one that they roll out like the police do, or?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Then maybe this is a directly engage because I'm probably gonna try and just grab it and really just move it away.
If you want to just move it out of the way, you can. Like, there's no opposing force stopping you from doing that.
All right. So and then I'll just try to do that. I'll just try to grab it away.
Okay, so you do that. You clear the path,
Mhm.
so they can come out the exit onto the next street, and right there we're going to go to break for just a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back. We're gonna go use the bathroom, get some water, whatever we need, and all the viewers should do the same. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Born ready. Let's do this.
Hello, we are back. So we left off. They just escaped an ambush, or perhaps a attempt at changing their course into a trap. But the team has managed to get out safely, and now their convoy is pulling out of a parking garage, and they are onto a main thoroughfare that'll take them a large amount of the way there. You have a chance to kind of collect yourself. Your prisoner looks bored. I guess. Agent Wainwright, did you get back in?
Yeah, while we're in the garage, I go ahead and get back in. Because, I mean, the cars would have to be going relatively slowly, so I'd be able to keep up.
Well, I mean, Cliff, can you, like, carry someone? You could have, like, scooped him up on your way through, too.
I don't exactly have super strength or nothing.
yeah, there's that.
I'm still on my butt in the second floor of this parking garage. So.
Oh, that's right. Do you... What's your next move? Are you going to try to meet the team? Because you could try to meet the team and, like, jump back onto the roof of the truck, or...
I know the destination, right?
Yes. You have an address for the destination.
Okay. I'll head in that direction.
Okay.
And if I find any lone Templar, I'm going to attempt to sneak up on him. Capture him.
Okay, so the main reason it's such a long, 10 miles isn't the worst, but in a city it can...
It's a ride.
It can be a bit of a ride, and one of the big reasons it's so long is there's a gigantic park between the detention center and the black site, and you have to go around the park to get where you're going when you're in a vehicle. You could probably beat them part of the way there, at least, by cutting through the park.
Yeah. And I do have, like, super strength, super speed, and super toughness just from being a Janus, so I can probably run pretty fast and make my way there. So, which is what I will do but like I said, if I see anyone that's a Templar, I will go after them to capture them.
I'm gonna lock eyes with our passenger and just kind of go, so what are you in for? Make conversation because I'm bored too.
Where do you want me to start?
I mean, the beginning's a good place. I don't know. But, you know, some people like A.E.G.I.S.
I mean, I believe my rap sheet says that, I don't know, 32 counts of arson.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense given your powers.
What'd you burn down a school or something? Anything cool?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a church, but I'm sure they'll say I burned down a church or two.
She burned down a church, Jesus.
Or not for him. Church of the Universal Light, or whatever they call themselves these days.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't have much use for him myself. So, I don't know, you're like my first supervillain. I was kind of expecting a lot more, I gotta be honest.
I mean, I am captured.
I feel like if you're like a real supervillain, like, I don't know, you'd like do something cool. Like, Firestorm, or...
Like have his buddies set up an ambush to try to rescue him?
Yeah,
you know,
we basically
like...
blew through that like it was no big deal. One rocket launcher notwithstanding. Awkward silence while the fucking car just like...
I mean, since you're feeling chatty, is there anything else you wanted to know?
Read any good books lately? I'm teasing. I know you can't read. I go back to my phone. Really, what I'm trying to accomplish this guy beyond antagonize, because we're stuck in a car and we're very bored.
There's a move for that. Do you want to provoke him? Because you can. You can roll to try to get under his skin.
That's true. I guess I could try to like. Well, I'm acting like I'm not really paying super much attention. It's like just like I mean, if your friends were really that great, I figure if that's the best ambush they could muster, then whoever they are, I'm not impressed. And what I'm trying to provoke out of him is like who these people are that are trying to help him out.
Okay.
Like trying to spill the beans basically on that.
So roll your superior.
Oh boy. Good news, that's a -1.
Oh,
Hey, got a 9
not
though.
a bad roll though. So you got a 9. So I get to choose, and ooh, let's make it interesting. He looks dumb for a moment, and he flexes his hands, and then he looks at you and the Templars do not just try. They will succeed. Just like they will succeed in saving this world from whatever blights have affected it. And I will be a part of that, burning out the infection. He overreacts. You have influence over him.
Oh, sweet. I get +1 to rolls that target this dude.
That's a pink pen. That's not the words. But...
So, with all the senseless destruction you seem to like, you're the blight, as far as I can tell.
Senseless destruction? Do you know who you work for?
I know this one. A.E.G.I.S. We work for them.
Yeah, and
I go
you
back to
want
my
to
phone.
talk to me about senseless destruction.
I'm not burning down churches, you maniac.
Mm,
After I'm so holier than thou, I'm gonna go out and blood of the lamb or whatever it is y'all are up to.
question. I burned down a church of the Universal Light. I'm in jail. Starburst fights Messiah and does it, and he's touted around as a hero. As a hero. What is actually so different from me?
Well, he doesn't get caught. There's that.
Have you not seen the gloating fool? They could arrest him at any moment, standing in front of every camera he sees.
At this point, I kind of sigh and I knock on the There's I mentioned there's a divider between us and the driver. And it's, Dickie, are we there yet?
No.
Do we have any updates on our alternate route? Any surveillance going ahead?
We're been told to maintain course. We're on track now anyways. We're fine.
I'll say over the comms, I'm
I'm sorry, you cut out there?
I was just saying I'd say over the comms, I'm running through.
You
I
cut
don't
out
know.
again.
It was Yeah, my mic's on. I'm running through the park, is what I was saying.
Okay.
There you go.
Over the comms.
You're running to the rendezvous?
I
We
mean,
got a car, right?
I'm also a little ahead of you.
Spooky
Yes.
boys, all right.
Do you see anything suspicious? I wouldn't be surprised if they have something else planned.
Hey, yeah, how about it, Firebug? You got anything else planned?
Even if there was, what? Tell me, why, little witch, would I tell you?
Fair point. I suppose you wouldn't. I go back to my phone.
So
I'm gonna roll to assess the situation.
I was actually going to give you this because as you run through the park, it's midday. And as you run, at first you don't notice because you're focused on your task. But as you go, you notice the park is empty. Like, empty in midday.
Uh-oh.
Hey guys, a little weird. You know how we live in a bustling city and all?
It's come up a few times.
Yeah, explain to me why the park is completely empty. Does that strike anyone else as a little weird? Midday? On a nice day?
Is it Black
I
Friday?
haven't seen a single sign. I'm assuming it's not Black Friday.
No, it is not Black Friday.
As far as I know.
My ideas.
No.
I can do a flyover.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so I fly over the park, see if I notice anything.
Okay. Both of you, if Johnson and Hunter if you both want to assess the situation, you can both do that. Or Hunter, if you want to extend your senses instead, you can unleash your powers.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Okay, yeah. So that's a freak roll, and got a spear. So you got 2 questions there.
And I extend my senses.
7. So you're successful in extending your senses. 7 and 9, you can mark a condition, or you can let me tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I'm actually going to mark a condition. I'm going to mark angry because he's getting upset that this is the second time in a row his power, or the third time his powers have been like, what the hell, you know?
You can tell me how it's temporary. And I wanted to see what was the biggest threat and best way past it.
The biggest threat, you notice that there is it looks like a news van, like on the far side of the park from where Hunter is. There's like a news van, but as you fly by, in your limited knowledge of this new world, it's for a TV station you have never heard of.
Why do villains never steal an already established news company's van? Why do they always go for some
looking for
random
him.
one?
Grab some
I
local
guess.
PBS station, they're not going to care.
Fair enough, yeah. It just seems like it gets them into trouble all the time. Anyway, sorry.
The quickest way past it, honestly, all there you can see as you fly over, you can see the gates of, it looks like a paper mill on the outside, but knowing that it's not a paper mill, you can see where there's defense systems, like automatic, high-tech A.E.G.I.S defense systems. So the best way through for your team is to get it inside that gate. Once you're inside that gate, the automatic defense systems will kick in, and there won't be much the Templars can do.
So is that our destination to begin? Was that our original destination to begin with?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll tell everyone that there's a suspicious vehicle at the park, and there's something you're supposed to say how it's temporary or unstable.
Oh,
Oh,
that,
that
was,
was
for,
for me.
That was for. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What did I sense from extending my senses?
You can hear a in not basically somebody's reporting. I don't see them yet. Hold position.
I know what direction it's from.
So the van would be north of you, and this is like slightly west of that position, like just down.
Mm-hmm. As I'm running over the comms, be like, separate hostiles slightly to the west. I will engage myself, and I pull my comm out of my ear and just start charging. I'm pissed.
Okay.
So.
Well,
And I'm actually using one of my moves.
Okay.
I
Which
am.
move?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Which move?
I am using Game Face. When you commit yourself to save someone or defeat a terrible enemy, defeating the enemy would be these Templar to the west. Mark a condition and take a +1 on going to all rolls in direct pursuit of that goal. And then at the end of the scene, if I don't make progress, I mark another condition. If I fulfill that goal, I mark potential.
Okay. Yeah, use it.
So I am actually going to mark insecure. Because again, I'm insecure in the fact of my powers, but I know I'm strong and I have martial arts, so I can at least use that much to beat crap out of someone. So that's what I'm running at them for.
As soon as he tosses his communicator, I just kind of like look at everyone else in the van and it's just like, should we be letting the spooky guy go off on his own? That seems ill-advised.
Yeah, our priority is getting this guy to the destination, and it sounds like we have another suspicious thing we have to go by. That news van's on the way, so we could have more to deal with. I'd like to send him some backup, but we might have bigger problems.
Okay. So, don't mark condition yet, because we're gonna, you're gonna roll to directly engage the threat with a +1. And
the power I have to mark a condition for the power to activate it.
That's part of the move.
Yeah.
Oh, I
mark
see.
a condition
Okay.
and then take a +1. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that. I seen it down farther. Okay. Yeah. So, roll danger.
That's the wrong paper. Then I have a +1 to this.
Yep.
That's a 9.
Oh, I'm on the wrong sheet.
And so I'm directly engaging a threat.
Yes. So
I'm going to surprise them as best I can.
You're gonna surprise him. Okay. Yeah, you get to surprise him. He doesn't see you coming. How do you do it? What do you do?
So knowing I don't rely on my other powers. They're being unreliable and annoying. So I will just, as I'm running, jump straight up and fall down onto his position.
Okay.
So and from behind him.
Yeah, you get that. You disable him. Oh.
And
We got a big raiding party. Thank you, Greyhawk.
Yeah. And I will tie him up and just start carrying him and continue running. So
Okay. Do you let your team know you disabled him?
I mean, he tossed his communicator, so
I don't have
we
my
no idea.
Oh, that's
communicator.
right. You tossed your communicator.
No clue what's happening out there.
I just start running towards the black site
Okay.
with the guy. And I'm sure Cliff can see me. I mean,
Yeah, he can
it's
see
not
you.
like, yeah.
Agent Johnson, do you let the team know that the scout is disabled?
Yeah, I'd probably be like, Hunter took a man down. Probably get there quick.
All's
So-
well that ends well, I guess. Never mind.
So what that's going to do for you is basically they're still going to see you before you get into the compound, but it's going to buy you extra time. So you're going to be able to get closer. Rather than them seeing you from 2 blocks away, they're only going to see you from 1. So they'll have less time to react. But you also know the van's there. So how do you prepare? Does either of you do anything?
I'll probably go inspect the van.
I'll stay close here. You wanted to fly? Go ahead and fly it. See if we can stop him. And
Sure, we got a van. I'll take care of it. Glad I've got your permission now. Thank you so much. I look at the I look at Davies and I just go, stay. Kick out the back of the door, like grab the broom, hop on it, and like telekinetically, like whoosh.
yeah, I think subtlety's already out the window.
Yeah,
Well,
we're done
and
with
out the door now too. So
Well, it's still on the hinges. I just like kick it out and then fly out there. I like to make an exit. Yeah, and I guess I'm trying to pull ahead to where this van is to kind of go see what's up with it.
Okay. Assessing the situation really doesn't work because the questions.
No,
So
you know, I mean, I could just like fly up on them and just be like, "Hey, how y'all doing? I love the press," and like fly down to them, just to
Yeah.
kind of like get a reaction.
if you both want to look on them, you'll basically, as you see, there's as you get close, the the van is obviously fake, like the antenna tower on top and stuff, satellite dish, whatever it is obviously fake. You can't see any wires or anything as you get closer. And there's about a team of 5, maybe 6 guys waiting in the van. You can't tell what they have, but you can assume they're fully equipped.
I mean, suppose at that point, then yeah, I kind of land and see the guys in there, and it's like, don't be bashful, and I like reach out like this and go, and I'm trying to use like my telekinesis to like rip the doors open on the van.
Okay, unleash your powers. Roll your freak. Reshape your environment.
As a 10.
That is a 10. You do it. It's rather easy. What does it look like?
Yeah, so it's just like I said, this is this like 60-year-old girl standing there with her hands out and then kind of pull back like this, and then I guess it's like the back doors of the, or maybe it's like a sliding van, so it's like, you know, that side panel just goes like flies off and clangs. Like there's no subtlety to it, there's no grace. It's just like a visible hand ripped this door off and like flung it to the side. And as it goes like flying past me, I've just got this giant shit-eating grin, like, howdy, to the dudes inside.
Okay. As soon as the door comes off, they're going to come out shooting. You know, they know that the gig is up, and so what I realized specifically after the last one shot was that to better do directly engage a threat, they're shooting at you. So you have a choice. If your character doesn't do anything, you're going to get shot at. So you can, but you can also choose to directly engage the threat. So you can try to basically charge at them, and fight them.
Okay.
Or knowing that one of your teammates is nearby for both of you, and that they're going to get shot at, you could attempt to defend them.
Okay. So I think what I want to do is, as soon as I imagine it's like the panel opens and there's a bunch of guys in there, all they look up and guns, and I'm like, whoa, and just like, since I've still kind of telekinetically got the door, I just fling it back at the van full force, just like, what? Never mind, bad idea. Let's close that right back up.
Okay.
And hurl the door back at them. And just like, I'm on the comms like, guns, they have guns! I'm not bulletproof.
Roll your danger to directly engage the threat.
Good news, I'm extremely dangerous.
Do they actually get any shots off?
So
yes.
potentially.
Yes,
I rolled a 9, so that means
yes.
we do exchange harm here.
Yep. So you're gonna knock one of them out, as you throw it at him, and yes, you do hear gunshots, and Agent Johnson, you'd be right there as well. So you can, if you want to engage or do something, you can.
If I see them, they have the gunshot. Let's see. I'd either try to shoot them back with my blaster. Yeah, probably. They've got other.
Okay. So if you want to shoot back, you can also roll your danger to directly engage the threat. Well, you do that.
Right.
You're gonna hit one of them with the door, but you get an effect.
Okay.
Okay, so you got a 10, and so you can resist. For both of you, you can resist or avoid blows. You can take something from them, so you knock the one out, so you could retrieve his gun. Create an opportunity for your other allies. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition is also a choice. And Agent Johnson, you get to choose 2. Graves, you get to choose 1.
Yeah, I think for mine, I'm not really worried about avoiding their blows, because let's make this more interesting. So yeah, I'll create an opportunity for my allies, I think. Like, this whole thing was kind of like a big, like, I'm gonna strike first on their ambush, so like maybe this kind of throws them like off kilter or something. So I'm probably like, not catching a bullet exactly, but like this is a very scary situation. So it's like, so I'm just kind of like, wow, here you go, and then hoping that somebody else can capitalize on the chaos I just created.
Okay.
And the moment I hear shots, I come running back. By the way, if I was passed.
Right. So I'm going to avoid their blows and repress. So I'm shooting them enough where they're actually backing back into the van, and they keep trying to shoot at me, but I'm flying around the shots, just pecking at their guns.
Okay. And the combination of this creates an opportunity. And it's your choice, Agent Graves. Who do you want to give the opportunity to? So you have 2 teammates in the vicinity. So you can choose which one of them is getting the opportunity to do something here. So they're kind of retreating back. They have to fall back into the van. There's a door flying at them. One of their guys is down. Somebody else is shooting at them.
Yeah, like I feel like this is like a good chance for like the hunter to like kind of like join back up with us at this point, to be like, because they're definitely like, they've got these 2 like insane kids already attacking them. Like they're not gonna expect like someone in a mask on foot coming up. So I feel like Hunter's the person I would be like aiming that towards narratively.
Yeah,
That-
distract them so they don't see him coming.
Yeah,
Basically.
that works exactly with what I was going to do. So
So since I
That
didn't
is-
avoid their blows, like, should I like take a condition or like be in trouble or something? Or so I was just looking at the move, and it's like on a hit you still trade blows, so I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah,
Something
yeah.
still
Like
happens to me.
like nothing happens to you. What? So because otherwise you would, like, if they were shooting at you, you would be taking a powerful blow. But here you're trading blows, but you've got the upper hand for directly engage the threat. Unless you miss, then you don't have the upper hand.
so
Agent Dickerson, any way we can go faster?
I'm pushing it. Did you have something you wanted to do, Hunter?
yes, working off the opportunity I was given, I'm going to come in from the behind the van. So there's the van side that they're getting shot in from, the door just thrown at them. I'm coming through like I would assume it's either driver or passenger side door, and just start ripping people out the back, and just throwing them backwards. Like grabbing the guy in the door and just grabbing him and throwing him back out behind me, and essentially just doing that as much as I can. Just
Okay.
continuing to throw people out.
Directly engage the threat at a +1 for your opportunity.
Okay. No, wrong button. There we go. And no, never mind. That was the other people that I was engaging with my other move.
Okay, so 7 is a hit. So you get to pick one. So you can resist or avoid blows. You can take something from the guy you pull out of the van. You can create another opportunity. So you can pull him out and create an extra opportunity for one of your allies. And then you can impress, surprise, or frighten your opposition.
I'm gonna create an opportunity by, when I pull that guy out, throwing him up and yelling, "Hey, pull!" at Agent Johnson.
Okay. Do you want to shoot this guy?
Sure. I'm guessing, is that another direct engage or?
In this case, I think I'm going to give it to you.
Alright.
You yell,
This guy's
pull.
not a threat.
He's flying through the air. You shoot him. He's out. There's nothing there. At this point, one of them is trying to get in the driver's seat and start the van. But inside
I'm
the
still
van,
at that. I'm still at that door, so he's not gonna
Yeah.
have a fun time.
inside the armored van with the prisoner, Wainwright, you're all alone with him.
Yeah.
Give me a moment to switch PDFs. I wish it wasn't so vague on some of these. And you are the brain, so this doesn't help me all that much. Okay, so he's going to looks like you're missing all the action out there. Can't you fight like the rest of your team?
Fighting isn't what this suit was built for. It was built for saving people, not hurting them.
Is the door still open? That
Yeah, I mean, she knocked it. Well, it's still attached, but it's
but it's
I'd say-
open.
yeah. I'd say at least one of the sides is.
Okay, so he goes, interesting. I wonder then if in that suit you can save yourself. And he's going to lunge at you, he's going to grab you, and he's going to attempt to throw you out. So you're going to take a powerful blow to try to... Basically, what you're going to do is you're rolling to try to stop it from doing that. And on this roll, you want to roll low. So you're going to roll... There's a little roll above your conditions, if you remember.
Right. Yeah, any bonus or penalty?
Nope. Okay, on a 7, he is going to throw you out of the van. And I am on the wrong sheet again.
Slightly regret kicking those doors open. My bad. That's on me.
I didn't forget. So on a 7 to 9, you choose one of these. You lash out verbally and provoke one of your teammates into foolhardy action, or you take advantage of your influence to inflicting condition on one of your teammates. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity, or you struggle past the pain and you mark 2 conditions.
Well, I'd say he knocked me out of the door, so I'm not in the vehicle anymore. I'm and have to get it back up to my feet, so that I'd say that would give him an opportunity.
Okay. So you give ground. He jumps out, obviously, after you. And while you're getting up, he's just going to walk over and he's going to punch you. So take another powerful blow. He's going to, like, double fist because his hands are still cuffed and just come down.
Would it be possible for me to try and defend this?
Absolutely. You have graph belt kind of rocket thing, so if you want to defend, you can.
All right.
So do I just wait to roll my...
Yep, so if he's going to defend, you will wait and see if he's successful. So for that, you roll your savior. An 8 means you are successful, but it cost you.
Right.
So you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I'll expose myself to danger.
Oh, wait, sorry. And a hit. Oh, I'm sorry. For PC threats, you expose yourself to cost, retribution, or judgment.
Well, this isn't a PC that they're...
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, wait, yeah, never mind.
He's defending a PC against an NPC.
I was thinking of that backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you expose yourself to danger. You get in the way. Instead, you're going to take the powerful blow. You're going to take the punch. So...
Roll low.
Well, he also still gets to pick to, like, add a team, take influence, or clear a condition as well. Because on the hit, whatever kind of hit you get, you always get to pick one of those 3.
Oh, yep.
But then on a 7 and 9, like, you also kind of...
So we're adding team points then?
Okay. Oh, you guys also get 2 more team points. For being engaged with a deadly enemy. So you have 3 right now.
Okay.
And 5 is great. So you mark your potential and tell me how you weather the blow.
Right. So he's trying to punch me, I'm guessing?
Yes.
So as he punches me, I'm actually flying backwards, absorbing the punch. So it's not like a full-on fight. It's like a glancing blow almost.
Okay. So you still have a group of enemies. They're trying to get away. If you want to stop them, you can attempt to do that. And you have a prisoner currently attempting to escape.
All right. Can I tell that the power dampener is still on him and still active?
Yes, it is currently still on it.
Okay. I get up and sort of grab onto him to try to stop him.
Okay.
So would that be a directly engage?
Yes.
Basically. Nope, that's a miss.
So you get up and you try to grab a hold of him, and he shakes you off. You try to grab him, he slips away. But now he's heading for the park.
Okay, I'm following at this point. Do I see where everyone else is? I mean, I know that. Well, I know from listening. I don't know what I see from where I'm at, though. And Hunter doesn't have his comms anymore, so I wouldn't be hearing anything from him.
Yeah, I mean, you can, now that you're out, you can kind of hear or kind
Okay.
of understand the situation more. Otherwise, before all you were hearing was what sounded like gunshots. But now you can kind of get a view of the situation now.
Okay. So I'm just still pursuing. Well, wait. Can I see whether he's headed towards the van or just further into the park?
He's heading for the park.
Okay. I'm just I mean, with the legs of the suit, I can run faster than him. So I'm at least keeping up. I'm maybe not gaining. I mean, I'm keeping up, maybe getting a little closer to him. But
Okay.
just following for now.
Does anybody else? What are you doing?
The guy, you said the guy was trying to start the van, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to just try to knock him out so he can't start the van, but leave him in the seat.
Okay. So you like flip up over the van, roll your engage.
There we go.
Ooh, on a 5. So you flip up over, and the window is still up, and windows are pretty sturdy. So you hit that window, that car window, and you don't break it.
I mean, if this guy's starting a van up, like I could just see like as soon as he's like, you know, Hunter's up there, he's like punched on the windshield or whatever, but this van's kind of like starting to spit up its tires. I can just kind of like look over and be like, no, you don't, and like grab with my hands like this to be like, I'm gonna lift up the back tires of the van so it doesn't go anywhere, just to kind of like stop it from leaving. Like
Okay.
use my telekinesis to like go, nope, hold that right there.
All right, unleash your powers. Roll your freak.
Sure. Get my freak on. 9. Hey.
A 9. So marking condition. You can either mark a condition, or I can tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I think I'm gonna mark afraid because people have been shooting at me recently. I got some new experience. Like, I'm not bulletproof. I don't want to get shot. So it's like, whoa, I'm gonna grab this thing, but it's like, oh man, I hope none of those guys like shoot me while I'm doing this. I'm a little freaked out, but stop the van from getting away at least.
And Agent Johnson, what are you doing?
It says I see he's trying to run away, right, Davies?
Yes.
If I see him trying to run away, I'll try to do unleash my powers, do like my dog flight maneuver where I kind of dimension jump in front of him, just to stop him.
Okay. Yeah, unleash your powers.
There we go.
Ooh,
Surprise,
11.
buddy.
So, yeah, surprise. You disappear, and you reappear right in front of him, and he just, okay, you got me. Can't blame a fellow for trying, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to, got my modular gun at him, just back to the van now.
All right. Don't shoot. And so you start taking him back to the van. With the news van spinning its tires, eventually the guy trying to drive away is just he's gonna let off the accelerator, and they're all gonna put up their hands and they're gonna surrender as well.
Wise decision. I let go of the back of the van. Ka-chunks to the ground. I got
Okay.
freaking mind powers. All y'all chill out in there.
Once they surrender, I just jump on one guy and just start beating the crap out of him. I am not happy.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, Hunter. Whoa. We got, I run over to Hunter. I'm like, hey, I try to pull him off. We got him. You're good.
Just ignores you and just continues to pound. But you see, under his mask, just a little bit of wet. He's not having a good time right now. He's very
honestly,
angry.
I think at that point, I reach out again with my telekinesis and try to pull you from the guy you're just beating the crap out of. Whoa, what's your deal?
Okay. Unleash your powers to see how that goes. Ooh,
That's a
the
miss.
adversary. You don't like the violence, but you can feel it. The adversary inside of you, he likes it. He likes watching Hunter beat the shit out of this guy.
Oh, man. Alright, so... do I need to, mark a doom track then or anything? Or do I need
Nope,
to...
just your potential.
Okay.
How's everybody's potential tracks looking?
I'm
I
at
have no
2.
potential. I have no potential.
Okay.
Yeah, I am at 2, and I think I'll get a third one because of me fulfilling the goal that my game face.
Wait, so is Malice just watching Hunter beat on this dude at this point?
Yes.
Basically, yeah. I kind of start to go for it, but then it's
Then I guess at this point, I'd try to, if I see this going on, I'd try to use my influence to get Hunter to stop. I'm like, hey,
Wait,
come back
you
to your
should-
senses.
Oh, you should have one potential from when you got a miss on the taking the powerful blow.
Oh, okay. I have one potential then.
Oh,
There
good.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that didn't seem right, but I went ahead and scrolled up to check.
This isn't because if I get a miss on a powerful blow, it means he doesn't hit me. Does that count as a miss for me? So it marks my potential.
Yes.
anytime you roll a miss, you always mark
Yeah.
potential
Okay.
powerful.
So because you have influence, it means he cares what you say about him, which means he'd get through to you, and you would listen to what he has to say.
He would go to pull back another punch and just hand opens and big breath in, big breath out, and stand up. As he stands up, he gives a little extra kick and kind of walks. But he walks off towards the van that we were traveling in before. Just doesn't look at anyone.
Okay. Clear your anger.
That's it, huh? Okay, cool. Psycho. Jesus, what the hell was his deal?
Okay, so you have more or less successfully done this, so you can take them inside the gates, and you're bringing more prisoners in than you left the detention center with, but you are successful. When you go inside the building, for the most part, they're keeping up appearances. There is like giant rolls of paper all over the place, and if you didn't know what you were looking for, it would look exactly what it's supposed to look like. Eventually, someone who you would easily recognize as an agent comes out. Who are you exactly?
Didn't tell you Excalibur was coming?
Oh, you're Excalibur.
Obviously, yeah.
And we ran into some excitement on the way here, so we have some extra prisoners for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, follow me. And he takes you to what looks like a cargo elevator. And you said you had trouble? What kind of trouble?
Rocket launchery kind. You know.
2 ambushes. Pretty well planned ones, too. They must have known we were coming and what route we were taking.
Interesting. I'll pass that information up the chain. And the elevator just slowly descends. If you guys have anything you want to say to each other, you can.
Hunter is just faced away from everyone, just kind of doing that thing where you sink into yourself. He's
Hunter, what was up with that attacking after they surrendered?
He gives you a little bit of a look underneath his mask, like the look that he gives, that you would give someone if you don't want to talk to them, but like, you know, you have to look. And he, long story, just frustrated.
Okay, if you want to talk about it at some point, just let me know.
Or, you know, maybe find something more constructive to do, like take up macrame or something instead of beating the shit out of people. Malice is just like just not having it. Like,
Yes, I'll look at Hunter and I'll be like, you gotta learn to keep your cool on the battlefield. Never does to just go out crazy like that. That's how people get killed. Wainwright, you and me need to learn to go sparring. We need to go into that boxing ring, do some fisticuffs. You know, toughen you up a bit. Get out of that lab.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't mind being in the field. I just wish it wasn't always combat situations where I'm getting involved in the fighting rather than getting people out.
Well, it's better be prepared. You never know. It helps when you can always take a punch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, besides, you got that fire guy out of the van, so that's kind of something.
You didn't see how that happened. That was not exactly.
You're right. I was too busy being amazing with my super mind powers.
You were very terrifying, I'll give you that much.
That's a very quick thinking there, Malice.
Yeah, maybe next time don't open the doors quite so hard.
I just kind of like turn my back on people, and as soon as Hunter meant terrifying, like I just kind of I turn away and like I act like I'm just not paying attention to anybody, but I'm thinking about like that feeling I got from the adversary, and he's just like, oh, hands are shaking, that's cool, we're just gonna put these down here, just gonna not think about how scared I am of that right now.
Hunter, do you have influence over it?
I think so. Yes. No.
Do you want to try to shift her labels? Do you want to use your influence here to...
I do have influence over you, right? So.
You totally do. I believe I give it to you and to Wainwright, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to shift her label, her danger label, up one.
Okay, and which label do you want to go down?
Mundane.
Okay. Do you accept his influence?
Well,
Or do
like,
you
how are
reject it?
you? Like, how are you doing that? Like, how are you? Like, what are you saying or doing?
My terrifying comment, and I'm just going to like be like, I would not want to get in a fight with you. Like this, nope.
Honestly, yeah, I think I accept it. I think in this moment where I'm sitting here, like, had a very visceral, like, reminder of where all this power comes from. Like, yeah, I think I absolutely are like, shit, he's right. I am just an absolute danger to everyone around me. So, yeah, my danger goes up and my mundane goes down, you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your danger at?
My danger is now at 3.
Okay.
And my mundane is at -1.
And if you guys didn't notice, there is a section on the character sheet where you can add who you have influence over.
Oh, was that?
In the
Oh, yeah, there it is.
It's under
Yeah,
conditions.
lower right corner.
Yeah, under the conditions.
Yeah, just doesn't help with keeping track of who has influence over you, but
I have a nice little chart on my paper, but I could have heard things wrong. That's why I was checking.
So, yeah, I think after he says all that, and I'm kind of like looking at my own hands, it's like, yeah, well, I may be dangerous, but at least I know how to keep it under control.
Ooh, firing
Something
back.
to think about.
he kind of sits back and just like, touche, I guess.
Okay. And the elevator dings. The door opens. Now you're in the real facility. Now it's pretty obvious where there's guards everywhere. There's huge doors that... These aren't like when you go to a prison in a movie and there's like bars and you just got... These are steel doors. There's defense systems all over the place. This is the real facility.
I guess we just march this guy wherever he's going then, I mean.
Okay, yeah, so you march him in. Some guards will come to grab him, and they take him off to a section, and there's a big sign that says processing. And this door's a little different in the way, like, you can kind of, there's actually almost a window on this one, and you can see, like, a weird figure behind it. Like, they look like they're wearing some kind of weird hat or something. And as soon as Davies sees it, because you were the one who talked to him the most, Grace, he just, hey, come on, Witch, don't let them take me in there. Come on. Don't let them take me in there.
Maybe don't burn down a bunch of stuff and we won't have to do this. Go on. And I like kind of just shove him a little bit telekinetically, just like to push him forward.
do I recognize the person?
No, you're seeing a more or less a silhouette.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't help him. You kind of give him a shove. The guards drag him through the door, and as the door opens, you catch what looks almost like a robe, but you can't see too much. It looks like a robe. Like the dude that was standing there was a priest of some sort. And then the door closes behind him.
Huh.
Is our driver still like with us, or is it just our team?
Dickerson's waiting upstairs
Dickerson.
for you.
Okay. I think I kind of paused for a second, and it's like, guys, wait, what do they do here? I thought this was a jail.
The guy who took you downstairs goes, if you don't know it's above your clearance, you should head back.
Maybe it was another super.
I'm gonna extend my senses. I want to see if I can figure out what this facility is.
Okay.
Just by looking around.
Roll your freak.
No.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, it is a prison facility.
Can I assess to
Uh,
because that seemed kind of weird, right? The robes thing.
yeah. Yeah, if you want to assess the situation, if anybody else wants to, you can all try.
Right.
14.
14.
Jeez.
What do you want to know?
Well, I guess first is who here is susceptible to my words. Let's see. Guess who here is most vulnerable to me, and what here can I use to figure out who that was?
Okay. Don't you get 3?
Yeah, who here is susceptible to my words was the first one.
So the guy you're with isn't, but one of the other guards that helped drag him away was still kind of lingering in the hall. He's got his head down when you guys start asking questions. So he might be susceptible to your word. And then one of the other guards is smaller and certainly seems like he's more vulnerable. Like you could easily like rough him up and try to ask questions. May not be the best idea to do in the facility, but he is like the weak link in the chain physically of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
And what here can you use to figure out who that person was? There is I'll give you this because it's kind of hard. So when the door opens,
I mean, it can be nothing.
yeah. With the 14, I really want to give you something. So when the door opens, what you see before it closed, everybody else you see just like a section of what looks like a rope, but you paying attention, you see the mirror of like one of them camera things, and it's distorted, but you are pretty sure that the person on the other side of that door was a priest for the Church of the Universal Light.
I guess I'll try and sneak over to the guard who seemed I could probably talk to with his head down. See if I can,
Okay.
ask him who that guy was.
So, to see if he'll talk to you, you're going to want to roll your mundane to pierce the mask.
Eesh. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not listening to you.
No amount of team is going to get through that one.
All right. So, can I tell what's being done with the other prisoners, with the ambushers we captured?
They're being collected and rounded up. They're still upstairs, though. Like,
Okay.
you brought them in, and they're still upstairs. The prisoner that was for transfer is
the only one that came down with us? Okay. So I go ahead and ask, okay, what are we going to do with the other prisoners? Are they staying here, or are they going back to the detention facility?
For now, they'll be held here, but we'll handle any transfer if they're being moved.
Okay.
I've just been informed I'm going to have to about 11:30.
Okay, yeah, we're going to be wrapping up here real soon.
Okay.
So, does anybody have any more questions about this facility that you're in?
No.
I might take another shot, like once we're like back up the elevators, just be like, "Hey, Dickie, what's with the eyes wide shut rope guys downstairs? I thought y'all said this was like a super jail or something." Is there something?
This is my first time being here too. I've been overseas for like 3 years, so this is my first assignment home side, so.
I guess once we're all in the elevator and as a group, I'll be like, I think that guy was from the Church of Universal Light.
Isn't that who he said he burned the churches of?
That is exactly who.
Okay.
But
I
church
feel a
shouldn't-
little.
Yeah, church shouldn't have any power over.
What the hell are they doing working with A.E.G.I.S?
Maybe they'll ask him for penance.
Well, that should go through the courts, not.
I don't know. Something about this stinks, but
Yeah.
I don't really like the idea of like kicking doors in the middle of an Aegis.
Yeah.
Secure
Yeah,
facility.
we're nowhere near that. But yeah. Honestly,
Sure,
I'm
no, they-
almost. Well, I'm not quite as concerned about that as the fact that the Templars knew our route. Well, before we did, since they were able to set up that construction.
So it's
I'm sure-
high up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just knows what they're doing.
You know, G.I. Joe, I wish I had your optimism. Something about this stinks, but I don't think we're gonna find anything else out until we get back.
Yeah, definitely.
Is Dickerson with us? Or
I
Dickinson?
forget.
Yes.
Did you name the?
Is he listening to us?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is he listening to us? Just
Yeah,
have this conversation.
yeah, but he doesn't know any more than you do.
Okay, I forget. Did you ever give the name of who our trainer was?
No, I did
trainer
not.
was? Okay.
We would know his name, though, right?
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just didn't have a name for them.
Oh, okay. I was gonna, before we got on the elevator, try to extend my senses one more time.
As you're getting on the elevator? Okay, I'll let you do it. Yeah, go for it.
Oh God, why?
Well, we still got some team kicking around though, so if
Do we wanna do that?
I mean, we're kind of leaving at this point. Does it?
Does it matter?
Up to you. You can always use it selfishly.
yeah, I'd say go ahead.
I mean, I don't think there's anything we can do to help you out, so I think you'd have to use it selfishly.
Then I will step backwards and just shut out everyone else. Just ignore everyone behind me. Let's see, I have to. I remove one team from the pool. I shift a label up and one down, my choice.
Yep.
Okay. Then, yeah. So what do I hear? And also, I'm going to be shifting my freak up one and my mundane down one.
Okay, so you also get you can have the choice to either mark a condition or have me tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
I'm going to mark angry once again.
Okay. So the steel doors are pretty effective at stopping most of the sound, but you catch the shouting of Davies. He shouts that the Templars will wipe you from the earth and they will take control. Save us from you. And then you hear somebody say, accept the universal light. And that is all you can hear. Like
I keep it to myself for now.
He's yelling, we're going to stop you. And you just hear the priest just, demanding that he accepts the universal light.
I will keep that information to myself.
Okay.
For now.
So you guys head back to the training facility. We're going to end there for the night. We're going to sign out real quick. And we're going to...
Just a second, as we're wrapping up, I forget, who did I give influence to already?
I have influence over you, I believe.
Yeah.
Is there an end of session stuff that we need to do, or?
Malice.
I have an end of session thing.
There's a couple end of session moves, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm asking in preparation for that.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to quickly do the end of session moves. So, does anybody want to grow closer to the team? Grow into your own image of yourself? Or grow away from the team? These are either things you feel like happened to your character or that you kind of want to happen in like the downtime between missions.
I have an idea. Let somebody else go first, so I have
Okay.
to figure out how to put it in words.
Yeah, I think I feel like I grew into like my own image of myself. Like I don't think I grew any closer or further away from the team. So at that point, yeah, grow into your own image of yourself is kind of like what's left at that point. Which I guess, yeah, just it's kind of it's been a while since she's felt the pull of the adversary. So I think it's kind of that reminder was very was powerful for this situation for her. So
Okay. Explain how you see yourself a little more. You kind of said why. And then you get to shift a label up and another one down.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to shift my freak up and my savior down because yeah, it's she sees herself more as like a threat that's waiting, like a time bomb that's waiting to go off, rather than like a hero. Especially like seeing the weird whatever was going on down there in that facility. It's like, wait a minute, maybe I'm back on the wrong team here. Something, you know, I've seen stuff like this before, and I don't much care for it. So, and if I'm implicated, then what does that mean about me? So, you know, she's feeling a little bit more like a monster.
Okay. Who wants to go?
I'd probably be what was it, growing into an image of myself, that one.
Yeah.
Because today everything seemed to be going right for me, you know. Portal hopped, stopped the guy, you know, maneuvering around, avoiding all the blasts, repressing folk. So yeah, today I'm a happy soldier.
Okay, and which labels do you shift?
So I just shift up, or
You can shift one up, and then another one goes down.
can I just leave it as it is, or do I? Or is it a must?
Yeah, you have to shift.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay. Now I'll do my savior up since I defended, and I'll bring my danger down.
Okay.
I'm actually going with growing closer to the team. I feel like I grew closer to Cliff's character because he calmed me down.
Okay.
He calmed me down from my rage, which, as far as I can tell, hasn't been able to be done before. I usually just rage until I'm done. So.
Okay. So.
He already has influence on me.
Yeah, he does have influence, but you get to either clear condition or mark potential.
I'm actually going to mark potential.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
And Wainwright.
Well, we'll say if somebody already has influence and you give them influence again,
Yeah.
They immediately get to shift your label.
Yeah. He immediately gets to shift one of my labels up and one of my labels.
Yes. So you get to choose that.
So
Yeah. You do, Cliff.
I shift your labels?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna shift your freak up and your superior down.
Okay.
And Wainwright.
I sort of well, I'm using the grow into your own image of yourself, but I'm like saying, okay, I wasn't able to uh, defend myself all that well in this situation. I need to make some improvements. So uh, shift savior down and danger up. Sort of like
Okay.
making adjustments to the suit for next time thing, and just trying to figure out better ways to use it.
And
I also have an end of session thing for. Uh, I didn't really do anything to make amends for my shame. So, see, I think Hunter doesn't have influence on. So I'd go ahead and give Hunter influence on me.
okay. So
Influence
100, you
over
can
me.
mark that down. So we're gonna sign out real quick. Oh, just somebody.
I do advance because that's 5 potential.
Okay.
I missed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I got my game face, which gave me the +1 potential for beating that guy or taking over the danger. That one guy, the scout.
Okay. We will talk about that next week, so we can sign off real quick. And we will start with you. So, who are you? Where can people find you on the internet?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. I have Twitter. If you guys want to follow that, I don't use it too much, but I will try to be more active. And I am starting a YouTube soon. As soon as I finish editing like the 12 videos I have in stock. So, yeah. The YouTube is going to be the Forged King. Forged like in Dwarven Forged. It's going to be mostly gaming and D&D. So, Dungeons and Dragons, the masks, stuff like that. You want to hit me up, I guess. It won't be around for a minute still. Like I said, still editing.
All right. Fox.
Yeah, I'm at Fox_Barrett on Twitter. Sometimes I draw. Mostly I complain about things. And yeah, that's pretty much where you find me right now.
Okay. And Wainwright?
You can find me on Twitter at starsaber_222, as seen in the little thing below here. Nothing really all that special, just random stuff. So that's it for me.
And Agent Johnson.
Right. So Wild Engineer on Twitter and Twitch. I'm just trying to just get in some RPGs where I can. I'm actually going to be on Scratch's channel on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, doing some Cypher System. I think it's going to be some vampires and werewolves. So yeah.
Awesome. Scaticus is amazing. I was there once as well. And as for me, I'm Nerdy Teddy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. I'm in the Discord for Welcome to the Party as well. And I have a list of things that I do. Obviously, you can find me Mondays now for this. Wednesdays, continuing the tradition of me playing on Wednesdays, is the VTM Camarilla. If you don't know, Welcome to the Party is doing the Crusade of Thorns, which the amazing Throck, who is our storyteller for the Camarilla game, and some friends, they made a custom 1943 game for 5th edition. There's 3 games, 2 channels. So tomorrow night you can go to Soul Player RPG and catch the Anarchs, and then on Wednesday is the Camarilla. That's the one I'm in. So Saturdays is the Sabbat game, and then Thursdays I alternate between playing Shadowrun and Pokemon right here in Welcome to the Party. And I have my own Twitch channel, Nerdy Teddy Bear, where I'm going to be trying to do more stuff there again. That is all I have for tonight. And I spaced on checking on raids, so I'm going to do that really quick. And for the Crusade of Thorns, we're also supporting the Rainbow Railroad. So join us in that. They, if you don't know what they do, they help people who in countries that have terrible civil rights laws, and they can help move them to areas where things are hopefully better for them. And we have a new shop on So Nerdware, and I have magical powers, so I'll do this. You can follow that. If you use welcome, you can get 10% off. And we're going to raid counter roleplay. Looks like they're up. Oh, that's a rerun. Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, we're gonna go to Soul Bear RPG, actually. I am sorry. There we go. Get it right this time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, we are clear now.